Hi everybody, this is Coach Steve, and today we're going to do a 9-exercise, 3-round body weight routine to work your whole entire body. We'll do a little stretching at the beginning. We will stretch out at the end too, a little dynamic warm-up at the beginning, and yeah, let's get started. The things that you'll need is somewhere to get on the ground, some water, and a good attitude, smile on your face, and we will get started. So go ahead and turn side to side, warming up the spine, warming up the shoulders. Get a little rotation on your knees. Big twist. All right, next we're going to do a modified squat with a reach. So bring it down, lift it all the way up. We got some stellar J's here that are acting up a little bit, so listen to the J's as we go along here. All right, let's go ahead and stand straight up. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders back. Open up the chest, pinch the shoulder blades in the back. Do the opposite when you roll forward. All right, from this center position, let's just do. All right, if you need to hold on to something for the next one, go ahead and do that. We're going to do some hip flexor stretches or active dynamic stretches for our hip flexors. So bring that knee out to the side. Again, you can hold on to something to get your leg, so in case you a little compromise with balance. Let's switch legs. All right, we're going to get ready for our first exercise. We're going to do get into plank position. So go ahead and get yourself ready for this first round of plank. I'll tell you what to do next once we get started, but get into plank. You can do your plank from, a piece of furniture, elevated, or off a wall, whatever you choose to do. All right, now for this one, we're going to try to rotate our hips, kick our leg through, and bring it back in. So kick it through, bring it back in. And if you can't do that, just stay in that plank position. If you need to go to a knee plank for this particular exercise, go ahead and do that. But these are plank kick-throughs. So rotating the hips a little bit, bringing that leg all the way across and bringing it back in. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. Our next exercise is going to be a squat. So I'll give you a bunch of different options. If you need to progress this, go ahead and do a jump squat. Just go as low as you can. Everybody's flexibility is going to be a little bit different. So let's start here. Even if you can only go this far, that's perfectly fine. If you want to put a little pop into it at the top, go ahead and do that. All right, looking good. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, awesome. All right, for our next exercise, we are going to do cross body touches. So we're going to start in this position. And I just want you to go as low as you can. So if you can go to your knee, come up, come up. If you can go all the way down to your foot, bring it up. Really working that core, really working the mobility in your core. Remember for this, for any of these exercises, you can do these exercises for mobility. You can do these exercises for some body weight exercises, or you can do these exercises as HIIT training. So depending on what you want to get out of this 45 minutes, you can get it. Make it what you need it to be. To progress this, just rotate a lot faster to each side. All right. And stop. Whew. All right, for this next one, we're going to do a forward punch. So if you're unable to step and punch, just go ahead and punch forward. But we're going to bring our knee up and punch. Bring your knee up, punch. So we're going to do opposite hand and leg. So whichever leg you're stepping with, you're going to punch with the opposite fist. So we're getting sort of like a lunge in here and full extension of our arm and our upper back. And rest. Excellent. All right, we're going down on the ground next. So for this exercise, we're doing scissor kick. So we're doing nice big leg movements. So we're going to lay back. We're going to put our hands underneath our tailbone, push our lower back into the ground. Then nice big motion with your legs. It's a little bit easier if you keep your legs a little higher. It's a little bit harder if you go all the way down, tap your heel on the ground, and bring it back up. If you need to do this on a chair, you may be able to do one leg at a time. But we're really working those hip flexors, really working the core on this one. Nice big kicks. All right, 10 seconds. All right, back up to our feet. All right, for our next one, we're going to do lateral lunges. We warmed up with this at the beginning. We're going to step to the right and to the left into lunge position. All right, ready and go. So you can modify this by keeping it a little more shallow. So nice and shallow. You can progress this by getting deeper on each side. And if you really want to ramp this up for yourselves, kick it out and lunge. Kick it out and lunge. If you put your hands right on your hips, if you're able to do that with your balance, you should be able to feel those muscles working in your glutes as you wrap your thumb around the back. So it's a good test to make sure that you're engaging those muscles. And rest. Whew. All right, we are back to the ground. So for this next one, we're going to call these twists. We're going to bend our legs. We're going to put our hands together and we're going to tap each side. So when you tap each side, we want to make sure that we get our shoulder at 90 degrees with our body. Okay, we don't want to just tap our hands because that's not doing anything. That's just flapping our arms around. But if we turn intentionally side to side, if you need to increase the level of difficulty, grab yourself a dumbbell and bring it side to side. Or a kettlebell. You can also lift your feet up. That makes it a lot harder. 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, we are back up to our feet. All right, for this next exercise, we are doing side shuffles. So we're going to go sideways, back and forth. Go slow or as fast as you need to. Ready and go. So I'm going to try to stay in frame here. And you can just go sideways like this. So think about the usefulness of this exercise if you're just walking it like this. All right, think about when you're in the kitchen and you're working with stuff and you got to move side to side, wash dishes, chop things, wash dishes. All right, so we're working those lateral muscles. And again, if you need to increase the level of difficulty, progress this, put a little hop in your step when you go each way. If you really need to amp it up, go as hard as you can. If you have more room right and left, go ahead and use that room to get more out of this exercise. And rest. All right, our last exercise is a burpee. So a lot of people are intimidated by burpees, but I'm going to show you some modifications for that. All right, so ready and go. So I'm going to go into plank position, step my legs back, step them back in, stand it up. All right, that is a burpee. All right, you can also increase the level of difficulty, step it out, do a push-up, a knee push-up, or any push-up that you want. Stand it up. All right, next level, plank, push-up, and a little hop. And our last version, kick it out, push-up, bring it in, jump it up. So go where you need this to go. If you can't get all the way to the ground, use a heavy piece of furniture. Go down into the plank and bring your legs in. Bring it back up. All right, go ahead and rest. We are done with round number one. So several things you can do in this in-between time. You can work on your breathing. Bring that heart rate down. Really control that breathing as you are taking this rest period. 2, grab yourself a drink. Get ready for the next round. 3. You can keep moving just to keep your body active. I know some people like to do some walking around, maybe some marching in the in-between, just to keep their body active. All right, we got 20 seconds of rest. We're going into plank kick-throughs next, so go into your plank position. Again, you can do that plank off of a heavy piece of furniture and still kick. All right. All right, plank position. Ready? And go. You can also do this from a knee plank, but instead of kicking through, you can just kick back. So that's another option that you could choose to do. That more focuses on your hamstrings and your glutes than it does working those twisting muscles in your core. All right, 30 seconds. And rest. All right, we're back up to a stand. We're going to do our squats next. Again, go as deep as you can. You should be able to get a little deeper this time just because you're a little bit more loose. If you need to put a little pop at the top, go ahead and do that. If you need to increase the level of difficulty, ready? And go. This is another one that if you put your hands on your hips, wrap that thumb around back, you should feel those muscles engage. Keep the chest up, keep the eyes up. All right, 20 seconds. Don't forget, you can put a little pop at the top if you need to make this a little bit more difficult. And rest. All right, we're going to do a windmill next. So we have our arms up. We're going to rotate down and across our body. Either touch our knee, shin, thigh, or foot. Whatever you can do. If you need to ramp it up, go ahead and get started. If you need to ramp it up, just go faster. Windmill those arms right and left. And rest. Excellent. All right, we're going to do our fight move next. So we're doing that forward lunge with an opposite side punch. I'm going to come at you at this one. Ready? And go. And again, you can make this a lot harder by going a lot faster. All right, if you need to modify it, just don't go as deep. It's a really good balance exercise too, because you really got to keep your balance when you step forward. forget to breathe each time. And rest. All right, we are on the ground and we're doing our scissor kicks. So again, put your hands underneath your tailbone, tip that lower back into the ground, bring your legs up and kick. Nice big kicks. So really work core. If you lift your head up a little bit, you'll really activate your core a little bit more. All right, keep it up. Good job. And rest. All right, we're back up to our feet. We got our lateral lunges next. If you want to put a jump into this, go ahead and do that. All right, those scissor kicks are tough. All right, ready? And go. Don't forget to smile. Keep it up. Halfway through. And rest. All right, we're back on the ground again. We're doing our twists. So again, with these twists, make sure that you're rotating your shoulders 90 degrees. All right, keep your spine nice and straight. Hands together or hold a dumbbell, ready and go. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, back to our feet. All right, we're doing our side shuffles next. So go as fast or as slow as you want to. You can walk it, you can run it. You can go as far right and left as you need to go. Ready? And go. All right, you got this. We're almost done with round number 2. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. Okay, so our last exercise is our burpee. So remember, you can even do a burpee off of a wall too by doing just a push up off the wall and then standing up and put your hands right over your head. Ready and go. All right, 20 seconds and we're done with round number 2. You got this, let's roll it. All right, time for one more burpee. And rest. All right, 60 seconds rest. Remember, work on your breathing, grab yourself a drink, whatever you need to do. Get ready for round number 3. And again, if you only have time for 2 rounds, do 2. If you have time for 1 round, do 1. Some's better than none. My challenge every week is to incorporate some of these exercises into your daily life. So, for instance, we can take squats, which we did in the second exercise. Every time you get up out of a chair, just do 5 squats, right? That'll help keep your body active. It'll get your blood moving if you sit a long time. And imagine every time that you got up, you did 5 squats. If you get up 20 times a day, that's 100 squats, and you didn't even break a sweat. All right, plank kick-throughs are next. Get in that plank position and go. All right, maintain that plank position. Again, you can use a plank position off of a wall or a countertop as well and still kick it through. Get that twisting action on your body. All right, 10 seconds. Get a happy little run here today. And rest. All right, we are up for squats next. Whew, those are tougher than I thought. All right, here we go. Ready and go. Again, wrap that thumb behind. And again, if you need to put a little hop into it, go ahead and do that. All right, 10 more seconds. And rest. All right, next we got our windmills. So we're putting our arms up, touching our knee, our shin, our thigh, our foot, whatever we can bend over to get. Remember, this is going to engage our lower back. So when you do this, concentrate Keeping a nice stiff upper body. Bring it down, bring it up. And again, if you can only go to your thigh, then go to your thigh, that's fine. We're working on that axial mobility. Keeping that spine active. And again, you can go as low as you need to go to make this work for you. If you need to go faster, do it. And rest. All right, awesome. Next, we're doing our lunge punches. So lunging forward, punching with the opposite arm. So this is coordination, this is balance, this is also leg strength. Ready and go. Get full extension on that upper back. Really stretch it out. Gulls here getting a little feisty. Ready and stop. All right, we're down on the ground for scissor kicks. Seagulls are going crazy. All right, put your hands underneath your tailbone. Tip that lower back into the ground. Legs up and go. Keep it nice and smooth. And again, if you need it to be easier, just kick a little bit higher. If you need a little break, just drop your feet to the ground and bring them back. Bring them back up. Almost there. And rest. Whew. Getting sweaty. All right. Next, we're on to our lunges. So we're going side to side with our lunges. Start from the center position. Lunge it to the right and to the left. And again, you can put a hop into it if you need to. So make this as hard as you need it to be. If you're working on flexibility, just try to work on getting that a little bit deeper. You know, flexibility and mobility. Get that deeper, bring it up. And rest. Nice. All right, next we're going to do our twist. Again, when you do these twists, concentrate on bringing those shoulders at 90 degrees with your body. Ready and go. The more you lean back, the harder it is. You can lift your feet up, that even makes it harder. All right, 20 seconds. All right, you got this. And rest. All right, we got our side shuffles next, so go ahead and stand up. So we're shuffling side to side as fast as you want to go. Again, mobility, keep it nice and slow. Have nice long strides. Ready and go. If you want this to be a workout style, go ahead and run it side to side. If you need it to be HIIT style, go as fast as you can, right and left. So it all depends on your level of confidence with your balance, level of confidence of doing these things faster. So go where you need it to go today. Got this. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, all we got left is burpees. So go to your happy spot for burpees. 1 more minute of exercise and we'll stretch it out and then we'll be done. All right, here we go. Ready? And go. All right, 20 seconds and we're finished. We'll stretch it out. Whew, you did it. All right, grab yourself a drink if you need one. Just take a minute, roll your shoulders back, take a couple deep breaths, and we'll get into our stretching. All right, let's interlock our fingers. Stretch it all the way up. So we want to get as long as lines as we can from our wrists all the way down to our knees. So really stretch it up. Really reach towards the sky as much as you can. Push those hands up to the ceiling. All right, get your legs a little bit further in hip distance. Let's lean over to one side. All right, bring it back up. Lean it over to the other side. Oh, that feels really good. Okay, so put your hands on your hips. Let's roll out our hips nice and easy. Now for this one, you really want to go slow. You really want to accentuate that movement all the way around. All right, let's switch directions. Oh, that feels really good. Really accentuate that hula hoop motion. Let's put our hand on our leg this time, and let's go ahead and slide that hand down as far as you can. Really reach down your leg as you go. Stretch out that lower back a little bit. You can put this hand up high if you want to, just kind of give yourself a focal point. Slide that hand down as far down your leg as you can. Open up those fingers nice and wide. All right, come up. Let's go down the other side nice and slow. Ah, beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and roll out our shoulders nice and easy. Again, just like when we warmed up, really spread out your chest. Pinch your back. Roll it out. All right, let's roll it the other way. All right, let's take our head, put it off to the side, roll it forward to the other side. Don't roll it all the way back, just roll it side to side. Stretch out the neck muscles. All right, we did it. Way to go. I'm super proud of you. You should feel very accomplished that you were able to do this whole thing. Remember, it's important to celebrate the little wins. So this is a little win. You made it through. Even if you made it through one round, that's fine. Now, I want you to celebrate those wins all throughout the day by doing one of these exercises at intermittent times during the day so you can keep your body active and awake and your blood flowing so you can be a productive person for the day. All right, thank you very much for coming. You can go ahead and hit the button down at the bottom so you can get this content when it comes out. Love you all. We'll talk to you later. Okay.